That, sir, is a thinly veiled lie.
And there's Gina.
And there goes Gina. Hang on.
Uh-huh.
Hang on. Is he mad that they're not actually gonna rob the bank?
Yes.
Shut up, Sholmes.
Now, Mr. Windybank, Mr. Benedict, let us continue.
I have no part of this, sir. Hello, everybody. KVTV on the Sun, and welcome back to Case 5 of the Great Ace Attorney. Gregson has come at a very good time because guns were being pointed at everybody right now, and we gotta figure out if we can get this all settled.
Ah, so that's what this is all about then.
Oh, praise be, you're here at last. I was a moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment.
It would seem you have the upper hand.
It's you lot of guns are explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy.
Argy-bargy?
Mr. Windybank was very met with his end.
Yeah, but his own gun as far as I can tell.
Oh dear.
And the whole Britain couldn't meet with his end if I don't get to the bottom of this case is what's supposed to be working on.
What? What on earth is the case, Inspector?
Do you want to talk about that right now?
Yeah, tell us.
There are no detail, Gregson.
You shut up!
But it silly did it too much. No matter. It's something to do with you lots.
That means it does.
Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station.
But of course, Inspector.
What?
Get me away!
What?
He did a pirouette and knocked Gregson out. You know, as you do.
He twirled his way away.
Get out there, lads! Whistle the beat officers, too!
Sir! He just twirled his way out.
Yeah, I guess my fish and chips are still safe.
He just crashed bandicooted his way out of this building.
Whoa!
Please don't kill me again. There's been a spat of sets of pawn shops around here recently. Sorry if there's an emergency buttons underneath the counters of for brokers to arrest no one to trouble.
Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Oh, very worried indeed.
Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning.
Oh, yes? Oh
Wow,
my
nice
God.
dig at his clothes. Come on,
Right?
man.
I take it all areas Mr. McGinn is down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over.
Yes, of course.
No, don't get to him. It's mine, that is. Mine.
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to Mr. McGill has to be taken as evidence now.
As evidence?
If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector.
Yeah.
And so, we handed Mr. McGildett's disc over to Inspector Gregson, although Sholmes seems a little too willing to do that, and we're summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street.
Just
And
because the case is not exciting enough.
You live next door. You're fine.
To be
It wasn't
continued.
like you're. Oh my gosh.
Which we will continue.
We were shoved onto the street, to the mercy of the elements.
Oh no.
We live next door.
Shoved right onto the street,
15th of April, Baker Street.
with nowhere to go. See? That's why I hate grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you.
Really, Miss Lestrade. Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm?
Well, yes, it is. We live in London. What you think you get? What?
Hey. Oh, mate, that was quite the swear she just did there, Mr. Naruhodo.
What?
Gets a swear word in UK.
Oh, no, yes, I thought you... Oh, no, I misheard you and thought you thought Naruhodo had said it. I was like, wait, what? I didn't say nothing.
No, whenever in doubt, Mr. Naruhodo did it. Oh, right, surely you were given that.
Yeah, the D let me keep it. After I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and he said, go on then. Have it before telling me to scamper. Always peace off giving people a look like you ate them.
I can't help feeling that it's going to get you into serious trouble one day.
I'm in serious trouble right now. You think that's gonna do anything for me? Like, what's gonna change? What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc, mine.
Music box disc?
But
No, the chocolate disc. What do you think?
But Mr. Windybank said it was practically worthless.
Your face is worthless.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give him a long hard stare.
I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Windybanks again today.
Why not? That's not fair.
It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Windybank.
But this is mine. I had the ticket for this coat, and it was in this coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what that Rotten Cove said, ain't it?
Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he?
Well, then that's mine too. Whatever it is.
Now she's really pushing her luck.
Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day.
Yeah? And it's all your fault, Sholmes.
So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening?
Wait, what? Eh?
Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital.
You just randomly invite people over to eat? That's weird.
That's how I invited these two.
You're right.
Wow, and y'all accepted it? Weirdos? No, Ta. I don't even know how to say that. Like, what?
Oh,
I would've come around to your place, eh? Hey, you lost your head or something? Baka?
Bye.
Oh dear, she's gone.
having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add.
You
So
ain't
is that
special. She reviled
Tsundere?
on everyone.
I can't help but wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway.
Interesting.
Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come.
All right, Sholmes, listen to me. So there's this thing in Japanese culture. You might not have heard of it, but I think it might benefit you to learn. We call it a tsundere in Japan, and
Yes, I was just inquiring about that. So is that what tsundere is?
Yes.
Yes, but to be quite honest, I don't believe that's appeared in our pop culture yet.
Give it time.
In all fairness, Sasato, there's been a lot of things throughout this playthrough that haven't appeared yet. We've got stands, we've got people with phones and doing gacha.
What's
That's
a
very
gacha?
stereoscopic.
Excellent
3D.
point.
Don't forget stereoscopic 3D.
No, that was around at this point.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a plate for our potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too.
Sorry?
I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you.
Hey, so something just occurred to me.
Oh,
So this
what
day
is it?
started. Something just occurred to me. This day started with them eating breakfast and then going to the pawn shop because he was having because he was all depressed thanks to the violin and stuff. And they went to the pawn shop, which is next door. And this whole thing happened in the pawn shop. And now they're talking about eating dinner.
Well, dinner's later. They're inviting her over for dinner for, later this evening. It's probably, I don't know, 11 a.m. right now?
I was gonna say, have they even had lunch?
Probably not.
How about you invite her for lunch?
Because he doesn't have lunch prepared. You gotta figure that out on your own.
Oh, there isn't a time there. Okay.
There's no... that's the one thing I noticed, that there aren't timestamps in this game. It's just the dates.
Oh, how exciting! What is it?
You shall have to wait and see, Mrs. Otto. Until later, then.
Suspense.
Well, later is now. We're going right into Soam's suite.
And now it's dinner time.
Probably. I don't know. 3:46
Oh,
p.m.
there we go.
There's the time. Sean's suite.
Susie and Bruno! Come in!
Good afternoon, Iris.
So, were they in the chat for that long enough time, or did they go do something else in the meanwhile?
I think they were in the
Well,
shop. Maybe they were in the shop
They
the whole
just
time.
got back, so...
Thank you so very much for breakfast this morning.
Oh, don't mention it! Goodness, look at the time already!
Busy as always?
I am! I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening.
Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you?
Oh yes! After all, we have a special guest joining us! Guess who it is? Go on! You'll never guess.
Uh... Look at those little eyes of her shining.
Yeah. It is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it?
It's Ginny! Isn't that exciting?
What is the prize? Yes, that's wonderful news.
Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea.
I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional.
Oh, yes, that does sound like fun.
Let's all become criminals.
That sure is entirely appropriate. Are you Mr. Naruto?
Well, by the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to?
Don't overstep the question, Mr. Naruto.
What the hell?
Hurley?
Oh, what's happening now?
Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes.
Beg that you won't speak to me.
Oh, what now?
Sorry?
I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here.
He's master
Mentally,
of
maybe.
camouflage.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Did we reach your voicemail? What just happened?
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Yes, I see.
Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes, Hurley does.
Mrs. Sholmes and Ines have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they?
Which one's which?
Yes.
That's the question.
Except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder where her real parents are. Well, we know one of them is dead.
Ryunosuke! Ryunosuke!
What's the matter, Bruno?
You were accused for the murder of her dad, probably! That was how the game started, you...
I apologize, but Naruto-san could not connect the dots.
I need a blood pressure monitor.
You ever have such a funny look on your face?
Oh, no, it's nothing.
I know what it is.
It's Bruce Goodman.
Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes? You're wondering. Am I right?
How? How did you...
Oh, Bruno, I can read you like a book, just like everyone else.
This girl is dangerous.
That's concerning.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind.
Okay, well... Hello. So, By Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilded case 2 months ago, right?
Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher.
And you let her keep it, apparently.
Although after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends.
Wait, what?
Oh, what a lovely tale.
Yes! Now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can.
Oh,
Yep, best of friends!
And I chase after her down the back alleys.
Interesting idea of friendship.
They're playing
I
the
have
biggest
more
game of
questions.
tag.
I have more questions than I have answers.
And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I developed.
oh.
There are so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants me to make a whole rainbow.
I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you?
I mean, you saw her have it, Naruhodo.
Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now.
Poor Hurley.
Oh no, how terrible.
Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited.
I just hope she does actually come.
Okay, so hear me out. What if Sholmes actually is a genius? Because he's kept being shot by her experiments, he's been getting brain damage. And that's why he gets things wrong.
There's something in that smoke, man.
I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you?
Well, it has crossed my mind. That and
That's it.
That and where are your real parents?
Been here for 2 months and it only crossed my mind now.
My mommy and daddy aren't with me anymore.
Oh, okay.
Mommy passed away when I was born. And at around the same time, my father... Well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on.
Oh. Wait a
Irinosuke,
minute.
are you connecting the dots? Is it happening?
Did you say he and Hurley? Oh my god, now we're here?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Daddy and Hurley were always solving mystery cases together.
She didn't mention that before. Well, I guess this is for all the people who know nothing about Sherlock Holmes.
He wrote them all up in his diaries. And that's what it's in the metal chest over there.
Really? He recorded them all.
Oh, you mean it's true, Mr. Sholmes? Really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of those Texan cases?
Oh, yes! I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it?
So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father.
Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest. But that only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up.
Found your father's memoirs.
Yes! So I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me, that's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father.
So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner.
I've practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy, I mean.
It must have done.
Wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you, and at such a young age.
Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me.
Oh?
Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, actually.
I always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories.
Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solved the case, it all vanishes from his mind.
Oh, I see.
And that's why he had a partner to write it all down, I guess.
The other day was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again.
Oh my god.
You what now?
It was
Welcome to the escape room. I forgot how things went last time, so let's do this again.
It was quite a shock for everyone.
Yeah, I bet.
You can say that again.
You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris?
That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. And that's what prompted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
Iris's father, who went to some distant land
You're
And-
slowly turning.
and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson.
The hamster wheel is creaking. The hamster wheel is creaking. The court will now hear the trial of Rinosuke Naruhodo. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case.
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Good job! Good job, Naruhodo. I'm very proud
Did
of
it,
you.
Naruhodo.
That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University. And the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Mrs. Sato,
Yes.
perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time.
I think that would be for the best.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Oh, hi, I see you're better now.
Hello?
Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you.
Mr. Sholmes!
Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before?
Oh my god.
We did.
Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you?
I just love that Naruto's only response is just to sigh, because he's just tired. We've been with you for most of the day.
Goodness, really?
Tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed?
My violin. What are you talking about, dear madam?
He already forgot, didn't he?
Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you.
I am convinced at this point that he has some kind of brain damage, and I do feel bad for him.
At this point, this man is the epitome of no thoughts head empty.
At least the piano's the right thing this time in the background.
The piano?
I mean, the violin.
Violin.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Just an entire piano on that chair.
I am
That
very
is one heck
tired.
of a strong chair.
Alright.
Behold, my dear fellows.
Another music box disc.
No, not another disc, Mrs. Otto. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGildit's disc.
But this one's so...
Oh my!
Then what's it doing here?
It's obvious, he stole it.
You know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny.
Don't admit that.
Ooh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant.
Don't encourage him!
And Runo could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Oh my god.
Right.
Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting. She could write all our menacing crime notifications.
What is this?
Also, I'm the one
Phantom?
with the gun. I'll be the enforcer.
Yes, I'd be delighted.
No!
I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened, I think.
Yeah, you do that.
Also, hello? I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession?
Why is it a different color?
I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard.
Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this.
It's a pot of caramel, Mr. Sholmes.
Well, it really does say Sholmes Caramel. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken.
If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc.
Take whatever it is, Mr. McGinnis down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over.
Oh, yes, of course.
If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not?
Yes, you did, but
Oh
still
my god,
don't-
I know what he did.
I still don't understand.
He marked the notches on the disc with the caramel bar, and then he replicated it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
It was precisely at that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action.
That's pretty
Pocket
smart.
caramel! Throw it into Gregson's face.
I pressed the disc into the pair of bars, like this.
Honestly, that's pretty clever, okay? I'll give Sholmes that. That's amazing.
Yeah, he made a mold, basically.
The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel.
Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution. It's also quite tasty.
Extraordinary.
But is it digestible? If it doesn't melt, is it digestible?
Yeah. Well, maybe it does if it touches acid?
Everything's digestible if it touches acid.
I don't know.
What's in your stomach, though?
Oh, you mean stomach acids? Maybe.
Yes.
Alright.
Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment.
Yeah, it sounds illegal.
Oh, incredibly.
From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played.
Did you get both sides of it?
I'm gonna assume yes, I don't know.
You only need one side.
It looked like... Okay.
2 times then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play?
Because you only need the notches. Like, you don't need the other side.
That's true.
But there's notches on both sides.
Were there? Because, like, the other side had 4 Mr. McGilded taped to it.
Oh, okay.
Well, unfortunately, I have no idea.
No idea?
None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows?
No, I'm afraid not.
Goodness, you don't know, Runo?
You get a seashell, you take it to Cyrus.
Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberants pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music boxes to be invented use a rotating cylinder with protuberants on it.
But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe.
Why, exactly?
Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result,
And it's wonderful to enjoy music, even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem.
What do you mean?
You don't have a music box that plays it, don't do you?
Probably.
As you may imagine, the construction of one's firm's music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable.
I see. So that's why.
Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail.
That just sounds like his sad viola playing.
The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe.
Dude!
Every single one?
That's Hurley for you. Always taking things too far.
But, my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution.
But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it?
Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room.
What? Please.
But we live there!
Yeah, you let us live there. Also, we're gonna have to stop here because we're out of time. We have to cut this video really short for reasons. So, we will continue talking about this disc and also why is Magnus Misgilda's name back up again?
I mean,
2
I'm
cases
glad,
later.
like, we talked about the discs, now it's just like, okay, this asshole.
Yeah, I mean, he is related to this disc, so why has his name come back up again? We'll find out in the next video, maybe. See you guys then.